It's Our Story. Babs Johnson, Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, it does. It does. I kind of felt it at the very first ADAPT's trainings here with the man that Wade had been a student of his. And he brought him out here. His name's Shell Trapp, to Denver to do some trainings with us. And we did McDonald's, and we went around the room, and he asked me what was the best thing about the whole protest, and I said the feeling of empowerment, the power. And we went on to Washington, D.C., and being a first national action, that's the one I think you always do remember. We hit the convention center, and the cops had tried to block us off with wooden barricades, which we could get around or jump the curb and get back up on the curb, and then we planted somebody inside, and so this guy pushed the doors open, and before we knew it, they had him spread eagle on the ground, and then Wade flew over somebody to try to get in the doors, and the cops flew him back into the crowd, and I remember I was trying to hold the door, and this cop was holding my arm, and it started hurting, and then we blocked Pennsylvania Avenue. We shut down Pennsylvania Avenue when it was still open, and it was evening, rush hour, and the cops totally blocked it off. And you looked up, and people had gotten out of their chairs and were laying in the street, and the cops had put these red flasher things up and down the street. It was quite a view. So that was my first one, which was the very first action we did outside of Denver. And then I've always explained it to new people that I take on these trips that, you think that you are so tired that you can't go any farther, and then something happens, like an arrest or something, and suddenly you have so much adrenaline that you can keep on going and you don't even think about it. There's been a few actions that, as doing the walls, I kind of named them like the Battle of Opryland, where we had this great action of going up to Opryland, and we were in three groups, and one group went to the right, and one group went to the left, and one went straight down the middle, and the cops and the press did not realize what we were doing, and so they start chasing us. And then there was the Battle of HHS, where we had the doors blocked, and the cops were pushing us out, and it was like the wave. So they'd push us out, and we'd push back in, and it was just bodies on top of each other. And then there was the one in San Francisco at the Federal Building, where which was probably one of our greatest strategies. We took the doors, and the cops surrounded our folks on the main doors, and so we slowly brought over people from the other doors to where we surrounded the cops. They actually couldn't get out. They had to call in new cops to come get them out. And it was one of the best.
The It's Our Story project is a national effort to make disability history public and accessible. Visit us at www.itsourstory.org or on the It's Our Story project YouTube channel.